Hey there, folks. Santee at the Arizona Ghost Riders here. Chips. No, not those chips. These chips. Buffalo chips.
Buffalo chips.
Fire.
Fire. Buffalo chip fire.
That's right.
Buffalo chip fire. All right, whatever. Let's do it.
Ooh.
We'll make do with the fire a little more than twigs. Buffalo chips. Heat the night's ration of beans.
For years, I heard how pioneers used buffalo chips to fuel their fires on the trek westward, but that fact made me cringe. Never gave it much thought until Andrew from St. Andrew TV emailed me that a family member from the Midwest sent him some dried bison manure and that we should do a video on it.
Okay, that sounds absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, so the history is this. The Great Plains at the time had sparse vegetation with hopeful prairie grasses that the American bison were eating. It was also pretty thin in the wood department. The tribes of the plains relied on these buffalo bagels, and it would appear the European settlers took a note from them. Who knows, they may have picked up the practice from the chief of the Ponca tribe named Buffalo Chip. You know, with other famous chief names like Standing Bear and White Eagle, I think this guy got a crappy name. Yeah, no pun intended.
This is stupid.
As the travelers made their way across the plains, they gathered dried buffalo poop and threw them under the wagon in a carryall like a hammock. When they made camp for the night, the dung was lit and food was cooked over it. All sounds sort of extreme, and at this point you're probably saying, well, it is essentially recycled plants, so it makes sense.
Well, that makes sense to me.
I said earlier that it makes me cringe, and that's because I've always thought the burning excrement would impart bad aromas and flavors to the food. Boy, was I wrong.
I'm right, you're wrong, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Now, Andrew and I each had a dried dollop of dung and spent about 20 minutes trying to get it lit. He used a traditional flint striker method, and I whipped out my matches, which were being mass-produced by the mid-1800s. Regardless, we were failing in our experiment to get the feces firing. We both realized we should have done some more research on this before testing it out. I added some small dry sticks and made a mini fire on which to get it going. But my patience was waning, so I cheated and brought out a convenience store lighter. We're having a hard time.
Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do in the world.
No.
You got yours moving though.
Yeah, it's smoldering, but I'm not going to be cooking any steaks over that anytime soon. Look at that thing. Jeez. Eventually, my stool started smoldering. We left it alone and did some shooting. Amazingly, about 10 minutes later, mine was going pretty well. I set a tin cup of water down next to it because I had to know if it was going to absorb any, well, you know.
Oh, this water tastes terrible!
Interestingly, that's not water.
It's really going. Look at that. We figured it out. We lit it on fire. It only took an hour.
It smells good, actually.
It doesn't smell bad. No, it does not smell bad. I'm surprised. Doesn't smell like buffalo burgers. Surprisingly, the fire smelled like burning wood, and the water did not taste like it had been through the digestive tract of an American bison.
Frankly, that's offensive.
Now, I did find articles from the time mentioning bison manure as a wood fire substitute, with the added bonus of being a mosquito repellent. One account stated that we wouldn't get a big fire, but the heat was sufficient for cooking food and warming our bodies. Although I wouldn't call this a success, Andrew and I did have the experience of seeing that it was a slow-burning fuel definitely usable on the expansion westward. So you could say that the day wasn't a waste.
I do not think this is funny.
Well, folks, that's it for another episode. Thanks for watching. As always, please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on down the trail. Yeah.
Snorter.